So guys, I'm back with a new anime titled Days with My Stepsister. By reading the title, you may have already guessed the type of anime it is, but as the episodes go on it becomes much more interesting. So please support this episode, and I'll continue with the following episodes. Without further ado, let's start the episode. In the beginning we see a girl saying, "A stepbrother is nothing more than a stranger, and one day we suddenly became siblings on the other hand." Then in the next scene, we see a woman waiting for her daughter. Her daughter arrives, and they head somewhere together. Meanwhile, our main character finishes his part-time job and heads to the same place, where his father is sitting with the woman, waiting for their kids. Just before this, there's a flashback where his father says, "I'm getting married again," shocking our main character. His father explains that he was drunk and depressed in a restaurant, and that woman helped him a lot. The main character asks, "So, just because of that, you fell in love with her?" His father replies, "She's not an ordinary person. She's really wonderful. You'll understand when you meet her. So please come to the restaurant after work." After hearing all this, the main character says, "Dad, if you're happy, then I'm happy too. It won't affect me much. I'll just stay to myself." His father responds, "I don't think that's going to happen because you're also getting a little sister." This surprises him even more. In the present, Yuta, our main character, is looking at his little sister's picture and heads to the restaurant. When they meet, introductions are exchanged, but Yuta is shocked. His little sister isn't small at all. In fact, she's the same age as him. Her name is Aisha Saki. Yuta asks his dad about it, and his dad explains, "Yes, she's your sister, but she's only a week younger than you." The woman then apologizes, saying, "I couldn't get a recent picture of Saki because she wouldn't let me take one. So I sent you an old one." "Sorry about that," Yuta responds. "It's okay. I understand." As they start eating, Saki says, "Honestly, I feel relieved. At first I was nervous about who we'd end up living with, but now I feel much more at ease." Yuta replies, "Well, many people seem nice on the outside but are different on the inside. Maybe I'm like that too." Saki responds, "Not at all. I've heard from my mom that you handle your own expenses, work part-time, and are great at studies too." We can see that the two are getting along well. Saki then says, "Before our parents return, I need to tell you something important, and you're the only one I can tell this to." Yuta, surprised, asks, "We've just met, and you already trust me this much? Am I really that amazing?" Saki becomes a bit serious and says, "Your humor, expressions, and way of talking don't evoke any strong emotions in me. I hope you understand what I mean. And I'm not expecting much from you, so don't expect much from me either. Do you get what I'm trying to say?" Yuta laughs and says, "Yeah, I get it. I can relate." Saki, now smiling, says, "And I feel the same way." The next day, Yuta and his father are cleaning the house. While Yuta is casually drinking coffee, his father is working hard. So Yuta asks, "Why are you cleaning so much?" His father replies, "I don't want them to think I'm dirty or that I live in a messy house." Just then, the doorbell rings, and Yuta goes to open the door. It's them, and they say, "We'll be living here from today, so please take care of us. I brought all our stuff." Yuta feels a bit awkward but goes along with it. When they enter the house and see how clean it is, they're surprised. Just then, Yuta's father walks in stylishly and says, "Welcome home." This embarrasses Yuta, and they all laugh. After this, Yuta shows Saki her room and says, "I decorated it myself, but feel free to change anything if you don't like it, as I don't know your taste." Saki thanks him and says, "Your room is so big. We used to live in a tiny apartment." Yuta asks, "Are you comfortable living with two guys now?" Saki replies, "Yes, I'm comfortable, but why are you talking to me so politely and formally? We're the same age, so relax a bit. You don't need to be so respectful." Yuta says, "Okay, I'll talk casually." Saki laughs and says, "I always thought we'd get along easily." Yuta offers to help Saki unpack, and Saki, surprised, says, "You're really kind." They then help their parents unpack too. While helping, Yuta accidentally falls, which alerts the parents. As they rush over, Yuta stands up, accidentally holding onto Saki's clothes, causing her shirt to lift a bit. Seeing this, everyone laughs. Later, when Yuta sees Saki's school uniform, he asks, "Do you go to Suzy's school?" Saki replies, "Yes." "You're surprised, because you didn't expect someone like me to attend such a high-level school, right?" Yuta says, "Not at all. I'm surprised because I go to the same school. Sorry, but at school I'll act like I don't know you." Saki laughs and says, "That's not a big problem. I'm fine with it." Just as Yuta is about to say something else, he gets a call and leaves for work. We then see him at his part-time job, where a girl asks, "Why do you smell like a girl? Do you have a girlfriend?" Yuta replies, "Stop your nonsense. I'm leaving now." The girl quickly apologizes, saying she was just joking, and Yuta responds, "I was joking too." The girl then asks, "So how's your sister? Is she pretty?" Yuta says, "I think so, yes." The girl teases him, saying, "You're so lucky to live under the same roof as a pretty girl." Yuta, frustrated, says, "Stop with your dirty jokes. Nothing like that is going to happen. Feeling confused about how to act around his new sister, he tells the girl, who advises don't overthink it. Just be yourself. Yuta is a bit surprised but seems to agree. After work, Yuta returns home to find Saki still awake, drinking water in the kitchen. Yuta says, "I'm home," which makes Saki blush, as she's not used to hearing that. She shyly replies, "I'm not sure how to respond to that." Yuta reassures her, "It's okay. I've noticed you and your mom seem really close." Saki smiles and says, "Yeah, we went shopping today, which was fun." After some more light-hearted moments, Yuta tells Saki that the bath is free now, and she thanks him, saying good night. After Yuta goes to bed, Saki heads to the bathroom. After her bath, she tries to turn off the light but is confused about which switch controls it, as she's not familiar with the house. And with that, the episode ends. I know this episode might be a bit boring, so let me know in the comments if I should continue. See you in the next episode. Until then, goodbye and sayonara.